Alright, I'm just gonna say this, it's completely irrelevant and stupid, but like, it really got me to thinking, because I had a photo shoot earlier today, and we were at a lake. Yeah, that's not that special, actually. Yeah, no, we can do this. If you light these, you can see this guy, which will also summon these spirits, who will try to feed him. Anyway, I was doing a photo shoot at a lake, and there was ducks there, and I was thinking to myself, who the fuck decided a duck makes a quacking noise? Because to me it sounds like, the way they quack is like, which sounds more like Squidward's laugh. So whoever decided ducks make a quacking and not a honking noise, I'd like to have a word with you. Can I... Why aren't you coming? Please. There we go. There we go. Because see, we want to get them out of the way so they don't help. Now before we actually try and do anything about this guy, who honestly terrifies me, I'm sorry, it sounds totally dickish, but I don't like the idea of someone who's bigger than me and that they look like they can eat me. It's terrifying. So for starters, let's get the money out of here. Why? Thank you. Secondly, right under his... right there is a piece of cheese. So, there's our third cheese mouse. Which should be 3 out of 5, which is really early in the game for getting, I don't know, 60% of them. I mean, if you want to count them together with the gold mice, it's less, but yeah. Also right here, there's another speedy spirit, which he's easy to get, so that's no problem. We'll get that off the table. As you can see, we're making decent enough progress as far as getting money goes. We still got a long way to go before we reach 100 million, but reaching 100 million, of course, is a good goal. Now that it's actually done, we can actually go on to actually getting this guy's plate empty, because otherwise he's just going to mind his business eating. And I think he's had enough. And what he does is he gets angry and starts hucking fireballs at you. He is actually the first seriously challenging ghost, in my opinion, to capture. Like, it's not you're susceptible to taking damage from his fireballs, it's his grip. Because the further in the game you get, the harder it is to catch the ghost, because they get stronger and they're more likely to break out of your grip from your poltergust. He has a pretty damn good strength to him, so I'm not going to be able to get him in on the first go. It's like he's really fucking like that. 70. I mean, maybe I'm just shit, which I probably am, but he's really strong. He honestly is. And of course, he's not going to shoot nearly as much, but he still will go back to shooting. I mean, it could also just be this tight environment, which they could, but yeah, see, no, he's got a good grip on him. So, kudos to anyone who can get this bastard in on one go. There we go. Also, I'm curious what he was eating that made him shoot fireballs. Har har har, unoriginal LP or joke. I'm saying that because just about any jackass could have thought of it. Alright, now, that guy was Mr. Lugs, and one thing that kind of interests me is if you look at his bio, it says, he ate himself to death but still wasn't satisfied. That right there does not help my freaking, I don't want to call it a fear, but my discomfort with fat people who are bigger than me and who look like they could eat me. Because if he's going to eat himself to death and still not be satisfied, surely he could eat me and still not be satisfied. I wouldn't be satisfied eating meat either, because I'm not very meaty. Sorry. I'm kind of like a bone with sleeves. Oh, thank you. But yeah, that's breathe on the mic, thank you. It's kind of scary, man. Ate himself to death, still was hungry. Yeah. I don't know, I like the bio though, honestly, I kind of do. Why do you guys exist here? You're a jackass. Yeah, they can move too. 80. Oh, great. So this is going to be our strongest boo yet. Let's see how well we go with him. I don't think you can kill boos with fire. Oh, that's fucking dandy. I'm pretty sure you have to vacuum them up. I don't know. I've never done it. I'm 90% sure, though, you'd have to vacuum them. So here, if we want him to go back in there, he's going to go wherever the hell he pleases anyway, which annoys me. There, you're mine. Thank you. I don't know, it gets to the point where after a while, catching the boos becomes a chore. So, be expecting me to lose my shit and lose track of boos pretty... I don't want to say pretty soon, but at some point in time. Give me that, I don't even need it. I also think if you point the flashlight up, they are not going to try and fly towards you. I don't know, I'm probably wrong. Alright, now I know there's something in this next room. Okay. So, let's see if we can get this. It's gonna be a walking in and out. There's a gold mouse in here, so I'm gonna see you when I get it. I heard a jingle, but I didn't see him for a minute. I'm actually not sure if the emeralds disappear or not. I guess not. Maybe you can get everything else first. Huh. Well, there we go. We've gotten like 4 already. If those aren't the official jewels, don't yell at me, because I don't know my things. I mean, I suppose yelling at me would probably be a decent idea, but that's not going to make me feel any better. Alright, are you guys going to fly towards me or no? Yeah, you are. So I want to get this stuff cleared out, because that's not all there is in here. There's still some other thing in here. Okay, now there's no more Tupperware you can throw at me? Great. Don't know what he was doing in there, but he decided to be in there. So that's another one. Sweet. After this chapter, you'll be seeing how much money we've actually made within the course of... It's a short game, so I don't want to say half the game, especially since the next 2 areas are a lot meatier than the one we're in. But, yeah, to be technical, there's like 5 chapters and we're already in 2, so that's pretty much half. Also, if you ignite that, you get this, so that's pretty cool. I think there's another one in here similar to that. Sweet, there's just money everywhere. Plus, you know, collecting the money makes the game go by slower too. You can, I believe, suck this open. Okay, yeah. I was just gonna take one for the team. But it's an ice ghost, so we'll just melt its little heart to death, so... Yeah. And that's all there really is in there. That's the only thing, so as long as you don't fight the ghost, you're pretty much safe. There's still someone in here, though. Get out. I'm gonna have to try and remember which ghosts I didn't get and where they ran off to, because I know I missed one. That's in Madame Clairvoyant's room. Clairvoyant, I don't know her name. I mean, I do know her name, I just don't know how to pronounce it, because I'm fucking stupid. I believe, yeah, we got the one in Mr. Lug, so it's alright. So 14 should be as much as you can get right now. And right here, obvious as it is. Oh, this time it's a water element. It kind of bothers me how close together they put these in, but at the same time it's like, oh, well, hey, it's a short game, there's not really much space. There was. Plus, it serves its use, but I don't know, it kind of bothers me. I believe if you wash the dishes. No, guess not. Well, we gotta put that out, so there you go. Water element doesn't serve the most use in the world. Okay, I gotta wait for the smoke to clear up. Sorry. It's gone. Now, if I were you, though, I would come back over here and make sure to water this. There you go. As you can see, there's a dog. Woof, woof, woof. I agree. I don't know about you, but the idea of ghost animals, honestly, is scarier to me than a ghost person. Probably because humans tend to think more with reason as to where a dog's like, son of a bitch, that's a person. Let's go bite him. And the idea of a dog that isn't there barking is absolutely terrifying because dogs are also louder than people. Like, you hear how loud he is? Yeah, I guess that is one thing I can get into. I have lived in haunted houses before, like, you guys can believe, oh, thank you, what you'd like on the matter, but I know that there's pretty much no scientific evidence for the things that have happened when in a few houses. And what's ironic is I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and she lives like just a few minutes away from me. And she's like, yeah, I've had things like that happen to me too, in her house. So yeah, it's kind of interesting when you put those pieces together. Like, she didn't actually say that. She told her story first, and I was like, that's pretty funny, because I had the exact same thing. So it was really me agreeing. But, oh, thank you, that was genius. But, what I would have happen was, on numerous occasions, it would interfere with technology. So, like, certain games, that's great. Like, if you've ever played a game where you can't delete a save file, only overwrite it, thank you, phone. It would actually erase those files. Like, there's logically no possible way for us to do it. Me and my brother, we'd wake up in the day and we'd be like, why'd you erase Pokemon Stadium? He's like, I didn't! And I'll be like, well then who did? And of course, we didn't know about the ghost at that time, but yeah. Oh, it's not what I was trying to get. There you go. One in particular, and I know, of course, all these files were occupied. Two in particular was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the Game Boy Color and Nightfire for the Game Boy Advance. Those files were all completely filled, and they had their files completely erased, and you can't erase those files. They can only be overwritten. So it was basically brought back to its store-bought value kind of thing, which didn't make sense to me. I was like, how is this happening? And on numerous occasions in the middle of the night as well, we would have our cats locked in the basement. Like, most of this stuff, like all our games and all that, it was located in the basement. So that's where all of the creepy shit happened. And we'd wake up in the middle of the nights and they'd be terrified, just meowing at the door locked in there. And any other time we brought the cats down there, they'd look around, panickingly shaking their head and stuff. They did not want to be down there. There was something down there. I'm going to hold on my story real quick. Okay, firstly, this is Bogmire. He's the graveyard ghost, and in my opinion, probably the hardest boss ghost in the game. I dislike him, he's a bitch to catch, and he's a bitch to even try and get ready to get caught. I like him, he's cool, but he's just annoying. Back to my story though, if I could stop aiming like piss. Other things that would happen was I remember being on my computer, also located in the basement, obviously. I didn't know I could see him shuffling across, that was interesting. Where is he? When the lightning strikes, you see him. I was on the computer looking at YouTube and stuff, and like I wasn't technically near the computer. Like I was on the floor, and I was just looking up at the computer, and I saw the mouse move. And because you know the internet's such a cool thing, and it has text tags, that should be the proper name of it. Where it would bring up what it is, kind of like if you highlight someone's name on Facebook, and it'll show that little tag above it. Yeah, it brought that up, and of course I wasn't near the computer, so there was no actual way for that to happen. I had a toy robot thing that I got from Ireland that went basically berserk and broke. I mean, I suppose you could argue the logic in that one, but it broke and kept doing the same function over and over again, and there was no way of stopping it or turning it off, and it basically just kept doing it for a few days until the battery eventually killed itself. It works fine now, if I can get a good battery. I don't really care that much, but yeah. There was also a fart machine I had, and I didn't think anything of it at the time, but like it was going off in the middle of the night, and I heard it, and it was in the basement. And my first instinct, for some reason, was to mash it in the recliner so I couldn't hear it. It didn't occur to me until the following morning that the remote, which was the only way to get the fart machine to work, was broken. So there was no actual way of getting it to function. Like, you couldn't make it go off, but it kept going off in the middle of the night. So, like, you throw in all of those things, there was a lot of things that just didn't make sense in that house. Plus, the person who owned the property knew nothing of the land or its origins or anything. It was rumored to have been an Indian battleground, but considering the nature of what was going on, I would say it was more like the act of children. But yeah, there was also instances where I'd hear people walking. I'd be the only one in the house, and I'd hear footsteps from the ground floor, and I was in the basement, so I'd hear footsteps. Here's another 50 heart, always in this location. And there was never anyone home but me, so there'd be footsteps, there'd be all those things I listed before, and I remember my mom saying she could hear the sounds of horses galloping outside. So you throw that in with the war ground thing, and that makes it even more interesting. Everything I'm saying to you is true. I'm not the kind of person to make something like that up, but all of that stuff has happened in my personal life experience. I'm not going to ask you to believe in ghosts, it's all up to you, but this is stuff that has happened to me personally, so yeah, the idea of a ghost dog is significantly more terrifying than a person to me. Anyway, we defeated Bogmire. You can see why I didn't like him, because he's just an overall bitch to deal with. Honestly, telling the story made him feel significantly less stressful, so I didn't have to go, "Ugh, fucking game," or anything of that nature, so it was a nice distraction. But Bogmire is still, I like him, he's cool, but he's just a bitch to get, and that's what I don't like. Anyway, we've cleared Area 2, and we've gotten every single portrait ghost that we can up to this point, along with every single cheese mice, ghost mice, and I've seen every single speedy spirit as well. So we've gotten everything we can up to this point. Actually, that's a lot. We missed that one in the boot room, but that doesn't matter. Alright, so let's go ahead and watch you gotta take care of this stuff. Man, it's gonna be really fun to edit this stuff because I didn't actually announce when a part was ending or beginning, because I don't know, I don't really care. It'll end and begin whenever I say it does. That's just more or less my style, but I can at least try and make sure it ends around here at this point. I don't know how far we're in recording because I'm looking at my guide I made because IGN is shit and can't make guides for anything. That's right, I'm fucking calling you out. I'm the only person on the internet who actually knows how to make a goddamn guide. I'm sorry, but if you're going to make a guide, make it in the order of events that happens. Not, oh, hey, you've done the entire story? Well, here, go back in time and do everything else. Like, the thing that bothers me is that if you're playing Paper Mario, the second star piece in the game is one you need the spin jump for. No, dumb shit, it's not. Because you can't get it. Like, is that really that hard to fathom, honestly? Am I troubled? Why not just do it in the order, so this way if someone wants to, you know, get it, they can get it as they're playing. Why would someone want to go back and do all of that? That's the only reason I haven't 100% in Paper Mario, is because that was what I would have had to have done. And Bowser's Castle, I don't even think you can escape it. And yes, I just spoiled that, but whatever the shit, it's obvious anyway, and it's an old game. There's all the portraits I have. I know there's different versions of these too, but that's everything up to this point. I'm on a rant, but you know what? I'm actually enjoyed this recording session. Like, I tried recording a different game not too long ago, and I hated it. I quit right in the middle of the session. I was like, this is shit. I'm not keeping it. Okay, so they're worth $1 million. I don't know why I ever said 1,000. But yeah, this, I can keep this. I'm fine with this. I'm totally content with this. And there's going to be more Luigi's Mansion. We're about an hour and a half into recording, so I'd say we did a decent job as is. That's like the first 6 parts, all done in a sitting. Probably a little bit less because I might tweak the times a little bit, but yeah. I'm JC4R. I appreciate you guys for watching if you have. If not, oh well. It's not like you can hear me say this anyway. So, I'll see you guys later for more Luigi's Mansion then.